Shalom and good day all. This is Tahil29 back again for some more indie comic reviews. And in these indie comic reviews, I'm reviewing a bit of a facsimile Flipbook, which has the Power Rangers as well as the VR Troopers, along with Speed Racer issue 2. I'll now get things ready and organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So as we move into the first story of the Flipbook, which covers the characters of the Power Rangers, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So of course we have a bit of a game happening here, and of course we've got Tommy making his appearance, and we've got other things that are taking place within this story, including, well, I guess something in relation to drugs. So Zed has created some loan sharks to infiltrate the area of Angel Grove, until of course Tommy comes in and takes care of these particular loan sharks, and also taken back to the headquarters. So for the internal art, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I didn't think it was really flash, but I do understand we're sort of like looking at a bit of a almost period type piece in some essence, considering it is a facsimile edition. Next is the area of the story. I have decided to only cover 2 things in this, along with the second story too, which connects to the VR Troopers. So with the location, we mainly have Angel Grove, and the cast of characters consisting of Tommy, Kimberly, Rocky, Aisha, Billy, Adam, along with Zordon and Zed. The overall rating for the story is a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the flip side of the book as we start to cover the area of the VR Troopers. So as we move into the rating of this cover, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and also the end of the story, art-wise, but also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we have learnt that a father figure to one of the main characters, mainly being to Ryan Steele, that his something has happened to his father. He's been kidnapped, and now it's up to those who are sort of like at the VR troop hideout. They now they have a call to action in relation to this. And whilst we're going through this, we are getting a bit of a flashback of sorts as well, with Tyler Steele along with his son Ryan Steele. And we get to see quite a number of things that are happening and taking place until we reach sort of like the end of this first part of the story. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I actually found I enjoyed the art in the VR Troopers a little bit more than the Power Rangers story in this. Next is the area of the story rating. Now we don't really learn where this is taking place story-wise, which is a bit of a terrible choice for like a first story in this type of book, because if you don't know where it's taking place, what's the point of picking up the book? Next is the cast of characters, consisting of Tyler Steele. We also have Ryan Steele, Caitlin Scott, J.B. Reese, Grimlord, and also one other character, Professor Hart. The overall rating for this I gave us a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Speed Racer. So as we start to move into issue number 2 of Speed Racer, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside with the story? It does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with the main characters at the hospital, and if it's one thing that I really want to point out is that the writer on this did a great job in establishing like who the main characters were at the beginning in the first issue. The key problem is with this second issue is that he doesn't continue that in story continuity, to which I could see this run fall flat on its face if it's not dealt with properly. So as we start to move towards the middle of the story, they realize that they're going to have to go into the area of the racing scene, seeing that his old man was also involved in the racing scene, to which, of course, they do eventually move into winning their first race. But we also have the appearance of Racer X. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. First things first, did we get anything time-wise? The answer is no, we didn't. Next is the location where this was taking place, which is Palm City. Last but not least, the cast of characters. We had Dr. Curtis, we had Jim Charger, Dante Furno, and Racer X, plus the main character who will become the Speed Racer. The overall rating is a 6 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.